So this is the iPhone SE, and undoubtedly it's my favorite iPhone Apple has ever made. I love the form factor, I love the way it looks, the color options, everything in my mind is perfect about this phone. And I've been waiting very long for a refresh for this phone to come out. It's been nearly 2 years since it was unveiled, and there's just been no updates. Last year there were rumors floating around we'd get one alongside the iPhone 10, but that never came to light. And now there's heavy rumors, and I think that it's almost true that there is a next generation SE coming out in June at WWDC. So this is going to be a very interesting event for me because there's so many rumored devices, and the SE is amongst one of them. And along with that rumor, there's so many leaks, there's so many ideas of what the next phone will be. And the thing is, some of the rumors I'm hearing are just a little bit, they don't make sense to me. The hype for this phone is becoming way more than it should be. And I feel like we're all going to end up getting disappointed with it. And let me just explain what I'm talking about here. And some of these rumors we're talking about are, one, a glass back design. So right now there's the aluminum and glass mixture design. There's going to be most likely a full glass back design. And that is to support, number two, wireless charging. And then there's also going to be reportedly a Face ID implementation instead of the Touch ID that's already on the phone, and they're going to improve the display alongside that, which is what a rumor is saying. There's also going to be the A11 Bionic chip from the iPhone 8 and 10, as well as better camera and upgraded RAM to 3 gigs. And there's also rumors of there being 3D Touch on the new display that comes out. Now, while all these rumors sound perfect and it's shaping up to be one of the most perfect iPhones out there, you know, small form factor, not so expensive price and all that, the thing that I am not, it doesn't make sense to me. So let me explain to you. The iPhone SE was, to be very frank, it was a budget iPhone. That's why Apple released it. It was a refresh using the old design, which they didn't have to spend any money on developing anymore because it was already there. They just slapped in parts from the iPhone 6s, and they didn't have to put too much money into developing this phone. So the cost of it remained low, and that's why they were selling it for, originally I believe, $450, and now it sells for $350 for the 32 gig variant, which is a really good deal for an iPhone. $350 to get a brand new iPhone that runs up-to-date software and is decently snappy, it's not that bad, is amazing. It really does make you think. And the next version of this phone is gonna do the same thing. It's not gonna be an iPhone 10 equivalent. It's gonna be one step below it. It's gonna be a budgetary phone. It's gonna focus on getting people who don't want to spend $1,000 into the Apple ecosystem. So what realistically I think will happen is we're going to see that glass back design, in my opinion. We're going to get because everything is moving towards glass designs, I think that the idea of there being a glass back on the new SE isn't too far-fetched. But wireless charging is 50-50 in my head. They might include it, they might not. But I don't see the value of it including it. It will increase the cost of the phone. And I'm not sure Apple is really going to go for that. One thing I'm definitely sure won't be happening is Face ID. Face ID is very expensive to make. The sensors are expensive, and along with Face ID, Apple will probably have to back that up with a new display, which is also more expensive to make. And I think that's not going to happen because the one, AMOLED display is quite expensive, and two, Face ID is expensive. So if they want to keep this phone at $500 or $400, that's just not going to happen. One of the biggest and most expensive components of the iPhone 10 is that display and the Face ID scanner, so I don't think that's going to happen. And also 3D Touch, I don't think that that's going to happen. They're going to try to keep costs low. And another thing that I think is going to be happening is the A10 Fusion or A11 Bionic. I'm not sure which one is going in, but it's definitely going to be one of those two chips. And my, sensibly speaking, I think it's going to be the A10 Fusion, but it might be the A11 Fusion as well. And why I tell you that is because when the iPhone SE came out, it came out while the iPhone 6s was the king of the hill. And the iPhone 6s had the A9 chip. This also had the A9 chip. And the iPhone 10 right now has the A11 Bionic. The iPhone 8 has the A11 Bionic as well. So I think that it stands to reason that the A11 Bionic might make an appearance, but I'm not fully convinced. But I'm Gonna go back and forth, but I think that personally the A11 Bionic might be the way they go, but for cost cutting they might take the A10 Fusion as well, and it makes sense if they do go that way too. And another thing that was mentioned was a upgraded camera system, most likely a 12 megapixel sensor from the iPhone 7. Now I'm fairly certain that might be happening because one, the iPhone SE's camera is pretty, it's fine, but the camera is due for an upgrade, so I don't think that they're gonna hold on to that older 8 megapixel sensor for another generation. But if they do, we might be getting a little bit more better improvements on it. But still, I think that we're just gonna see a completely new system altogether with a 12 megapixel sensor in there. And rounding all this up, you still have to keep in mind that the iPhone SE2 or a 2018 iPhone SE is gonna be a budgetary or a budget-focused device. It's not supposed to be as expensive as the 8 Plus, or 10. It's supposed to sit below that. And in order to do so, Apple has to cut corners somewhere. They can't give you all the exciting features of the iPhone 10 without giving you the price of the iPhone 10 itself. So realistically speaking, we're gonna see a very good phone come out this year, but the way that it's being hyped up and the way that people are talking about it, I think that there's going to be some disappointment out there. Let me know what you guys think about the iPhone SE or 2018 iPhone SE2, whatever you want to call it. Let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think is going to be included? Is there going to be a new display, or do you think that it's just going to be mostly an internal upgrade with the design being the same? And do you think that we're going to get Face ID or Touch ID? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to check me out on social media. I have all the links to my Instagram, Twitter, and other pages in the description. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more updates on the iPhone SE and all other tech as well. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.